I go into anaphylactic shock if I have to have anything to do with the zoo. This is so wonderful.
First of all, the show is fantastic, and congratulations. So many great shows.
I mean, no disrespect, though. You were relatively novice in this realm of television.
It's not disrespectful.
No, it's a fact. I mean, we'd never produced anything.
Whew. George Martin, happy birthday, sir, and thank you for inviting us all into your dream.
Why is it ending?
I don't know. Ask David and Dan when they come through. That unfounded, ridiculous faith in you guys.
Almost call it foolish faith.
These two guys who've never made a television show before in their lives.
We could have gone to 11, 12, 13 seasons, but I guess they wanted a life.
And here we are at the last one, and it really is, it's like looking around a table and seeing your family, you know, except that we all get along. We all
Yeah, but usually, people are quite gracious about it and everything. And this year, for the first time, we got some pushback where the actor said, "You sure about that?"
Guess who it is?
In a way, unfortunately, I'd read the books. So I had expectations for season 5, and as soon as I got the schedule, I thought, well, there's something up here, because I thought I'd be doing more weeks, and in fact, I was doing less than normal. So immediately, I thought, well, they must be writing me out.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
John Ralphio? Gone to take his head.
I hate to tell you that, unfortunately, Barrison is gone.
How do you tell an actor that they're getting killed? What is the way you go about that?
Traditionally, we've made these death calls. So
Death calls?
We before the actors get the scripts, we want to tell them personally.
But this is a matter of just courtesy. I should have known beforehand.
We want to tell them personally.
So that was a lie.
Were you gutted about that on a personal level?
I was gutted.
Yeah, so there was a long conversation, then we got a long letter explaining why this was a bad idea, which just made us want to kill that person that much more. So,
FBI, open up!
Sometimes it's hard, and sometimes if you don't like the actor much.
But at the end of the day, Dan and David, they've worked out what they wanted to do.
If you could describe the season finale of Game of Thrones in one word, how would you describe it?
Disappointing.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Disappointing.
No, epic. I don't know.
Epic.
One of those words.
Which just made us want to kill that person that much more. So,
The Night King turns and sees Jon coming for him. Is this going to be an epic fight? No.
That last table read, not to give anything away, but I'm assuming there's moments where you're like,
Of course.
Yeah,
It's going to be a terrible last season.
The Night King walks with methodical, terrifying calm. He stops before Bran and raises his sword to strike, but something is hurtling toward him out of the darkness. Arya.
we hope to kind of avoid the expected, and Jon Snow has always been the hero, the one who's been the savior, but it just didn't seem right to us for this moment.
I think that's always a mistake.
yeah.
If you've planned your book that the butler did it, and then you read on the internet, someone has figured out that the butler did it, and you suddenly change in midstream and it was the chambermaid who did it, then you screw up the whole book, because you get this foreshadowing early on, and you've got these little clues you planted, now they're dead ends, and you have to introduce other clues, and you're retconning. It's a mess. So
No, it's a fact. I mean, we'd never produced anything.
She vaults off a pile of dead whites, leaps at the Night King, and she plunges the dagger up through the Night King's armor, and the Night King shatters.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
What was your reaction when you got to the very end of the? Can you tell us that? What your reaction was? I was very shocked and surprised.
At the Night King, and she plunges the dagger up through the Night King's arm.
Certain events unfolding.
The dagger he just lodged in Danny's heart.
And then I blubbed my eyes out. I cried.
You cried?
Yeah, I cried.
Oh.
You said this quote, why are we going to need therapy when the show ends?
Because this season has really outdone the others in all regards. I think that the production values and the way in which everyone was pushed is much further than anything they've ever done on the show before. The scale is so much bigger, and I think that this has been something which has been and I think that our performances this season are so powerful that people will actually die when they watch them.
They will need therapy because it's so.
And I got into all these arguments and fights with the writers, and they're like, yeah, we hear you. Yeah, but please, you have to blah, 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 blah. And they go, yeah, we hear you, and we respect you, but we don't care. Okay, we don't. Fuck. You're an actor, just say the words. They didn't say it like that.
Which just made us want to kill that person that much more, so, you know.
I want our baby to live. Don't let me die, Jake. Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. I don't want to die.
Thank you for taking a chance on two schmucks with no experience.
How do you feel about the way that it ends?
There are no better writers in television than Dan Weiss and David Benioff.
It's terrifying down there. We're in a crypt. Nobody thought of that. He's bringing all the dead people back to life, and they put the women and children in a crypt with all the dead people. So, rah.
They ended it brilliantly, better than I could have imagined.
I think my character, Tyrion, should sit on the Iron Throne at the end, although he's going to need a lot of help.
Hodor should win the throne, I think.
Hodor!
Because he's got good leadership qualities. It's I mean, I'd love Bran too, because that would just be great fun.
What?
But I think realistically, that's not going to happen.
Who has a better story? Bran the Broken.
Oh, that's not so much. So?
I know you don't want it. I know you don't care about power. But I ask you now, if we choose you, will you wear the crown?
Why do you think I came all this way? I don't really want anyone. I can never be Lord of Winterfell. I can never be Lord of anything. I'm the three-eyed raven.
All hail Bran the Broken, first of his name, King of the Andals and the First Men.
Now?
Lord of the
I'm
Six
really
Kingdoms,
mad!
and Protector of the Realm.
What about the way it ends for your character specifically?
It ends beautifully for my character.
You feel good about it?
Whether it be tragic or not.
Your reaction when you first read it?
Lord Tyrion, you will be my hand.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
No, Your Grace, I don't want it.
And I don't want to be king.
It questions everything, which I love. It really makes you question yourself.
Tyrion is smart, but I guess not that smart.
And not in any sort of snarky way.
There are no better writers in television than Dan Weiss and
David Benioff. They ended it brilliantly, better than I could have imagined, and you people are in for it. You people are in for it.
He's made many terrible mistakes. He's going to spend the rest of his life fixing them.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
We appear to be missing a master of whisperers.
Are you all happy with the way with the outcome of the show? Personally, or just
And now the actor who played Varys has revealed that he wasn't thrilled with how his story ended.
I promised you I would look you in the eye and speak directly if I ever thought you were making a mistake. This is a mistake.
Grey Worm leads Varys, hands bound, down the beach.
I told you what would happen if you betrayed me.
You did.
Lord Varys, I, Daenerys of House Targaryen, first of my name, when treason mother of dragons sentence you to die.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Tyrion is heartbroken. Jon is disturbed. Grey Worm sees this as the just execution of a traitor.
She liberated the people of Slaver's Day. Just can't wait till it's all over and then we can talk about it. Yeah.
The only thing that consoles you is people who worked a lot harder than you are in the same boat. So that helps.
Jorah the Andal battles on. He has been slashed and stabbed, pummeled and pierced, but somehow he keeps fighting. Whites plunge their knives into him. He takes more punishment than Hodor took at the door, then Beric took in the Great Hall, and still somehow Jorah stands and defends him.
Yeah, just wonderful writing.
Northerners have gathered around Jon.
I saw him riding that thing. We all did. No. I saw him riding that thing. That's right. You saw it. I did. You did.
Okay.
They've fired kitchen sinks out of a howitzer at this thing. There's so many. They've thrown everything at it.
Wow.
They God bless them. They have tried to exit this story with as much honor as possible. That's why we all agreed to follow him.
Dragonstone Beach.
Everybody, it's all a dream. You wake up and everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. And Frodo
You'd
throws
be
the
so
ring out, too.
disappointed if it just ended. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that.
I never wanted a crown. She is the queen. I told you I don't want it. I don't want it. And that's what I told him. I don't want it. I never have.
Exactly.
Character development.
Lob it all
Story.
Which just made us want to kill that person that much more.
I really need to shut up.
You're brave.
Best season ever!
It's the best.
Standing before the Iron Throne, Dany steps forward and kisses the man she loves. A perfect kiss. Their eyes closed, his hand behind her head, her hand on his cheek. Dany's eyes open suddenly as she draws a sharp breath.
I don't like where this is going.
Jon's eyes open as well, already filling with tears. For a moment, neither moves, as if moving will make this real. We see Jon with his hand still on the hilt of the dagger he just lodged in Dany's heart. Her strength
Seriously, it's ridiculous.
leaves her and she collapses to the marble. He keeps her in his arms and she falls, kneeling down to the floor beside her. He looks down at what he's done, terrible and necessary. End of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but the show is the show, and the books are the books. Dave and Dan are doing a great job, and they're doing a very faithful thing. But they're operating under constraints that I don't have, and budget, running time, the practicalities of production. So there are places where the two are going to diverge, and they are going to diverge. I'm not going to once again go back and make the chambermaid do it instead of the butler did it because of something David and Dan did in the show. And if there are indeed at the end there are differences, well, so be it.
Things I do for love.